welcome to the very first edition of UWA NewsFlash with ET, where I take a look at all the latest rumors, happenings, and updates from across Underground Wrestling Alliance, UWA. I am the commissioner of UWA ET, Eric Mullins, and I'll be the host for you for this program. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and get into our first set of topics. We're back here on Newsflash, ladies and gentlemen, getting set to take a look at all the fallout from UWA Anniversary 3, starting off with Brett Anderson going one-on-one with Phantasma Volador to open the show. Ultimately, Brett Anderson defeated Phantasma Volador in a great opening matchup where both men really gave it their all, and both ultimately ended up making great impressions. But my hat will definitely go off to these two competitors as they open the show in a very tough matchup to begin UWA Anniversary 3. Then we had a matchup that was near and dear to my heart, ladies and gentlemen, as the UWA Southern Heavyweight Championship was on the line, as the Headshot Jake Howell faced the UWA Southern Heavyweight Champion and the man that ultimately forced me to retire from in-ring competition, no gimmicks needed, Chase Sullivan. These two didn't want anything to resemble a wrestling match here. They wanted a fight, and by gosh, they did it. It was nothing short of a slugfest. However, there were some controversial calls here within this matchup, and both men were ultimately counted out from this matchup outside the ring as they brawled outside, and both men got counted out. Ultimately, Sullivan retains the championship here, but I don't think that this is the end of the rivalry between these two by any means, not by a long shot, to say the least. Finally, there was a spectacular main event here, ladies and gentlemen, as Bulletproof JD Mercer faced off against the man that is the UWA Heritage Champion, Aaron Blaze. It was some awesome action throughout this matchup. There were so many close calls, but in the end, it was Blaze who ultimately retained his championship via the burnout for the pinfall victory. However, this is where the good times ended here. Mikey Reed, the man who ultimately called dibs on the winner of this Heritage Championship matchup, came out and destroyed the champion, and thus making his title reign be in a little bit of uncertainty here at the end of UWA Anniversary 3. Blaze received a minor concussion in this matchup and through this attack, but ultimately he is expected to make a full recovery and champion. More news and action to come right here on UWA Newsflash with ET, Eric Mullins. Stay tuned. We're back here with more UWA Newsflash with the commissioner of UWA ET, Eric Mullins, getting set to jump right into our next topic here, ladies and gentlemen, and that is Sammy Slade's next shot. This is a doozy right here, folks. The next topic point is Sammy Slade. He's been a standout ever since his debut here, and as of late, he's been on a major roll. He's been the Southern Heavyweight Champion, a Tennessee Jamboree co-winner, and now an FD3 main eventer. But he has yet to accomplish his main goal here in UWA, and that is becoming the UWA World Heavyweight Champion. Sammy Slade was not pinned in that main event matchup with CJ and Dalton Skull, and some people have began to proclaim him as the new #1 contender the UWA World Heavyweight Championship. So here's what we're going to do on that note. At Last Rites, we're going to have a one-on-one matchup. It's going to be Sammy Slade versus a mysterious opponent. That winner will go on to get a UWA World Heavyweight Championship match at the next big UWA show, and that happens to be Underground Unleashed. Mr. Slade has requested this matchup, and I figured it was the best way to give him an opportunity for the championship in the future.
I must rewrite my entire story. No longer will I be in the shadows, because you will see me first. And I will bring to you the message of the rightful heir to the throne. We will restore order, and we will restore its legacy. Beware the eye.
In this next segment, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to address our next big matchup, as the UWA World Heavyweight Champion CJ will take on Tristan Taylor at Last Rites. Now, this is a topic that is a bit of a downturn for me, but I will do my professional best to stay as coherent and as partial as possible. A major announcement was made official a few days ago. We're going to have CJ defend the UWA World Heavyweight Championship against the returning Tristan Taylor. Now, why is Tristan Taylor getting this matchup? It is very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I may despise Tristan Taylor and his buddies within the Dirty South, but I figured this was an interesting thing to do here with a great opportunity. Taylor has recovered very nicely from an injury that many may not recover from. Not only this, he has pissed off the world champion CJ in the process. I was ready to call this off and veto it, but CJ gave me a call. He said, and I quote, "Give me Tristan Taylor at Last Rites so I can put him right back on the shelf and put him down for good. If the world champion tells me to make a match, I grant the request and make it official." These two have a bit of history dating back to the days of the industry, and now it's time for them to settle it out once again one-on-one. CJ versus Tristan Taylor has been made official for the UWA World Heavyweight Championship at UWA Last Rites. More of UWA Newsflash with E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins coming up right after this. Back here with more UWA Newsflash with Commissioner of UWA, E.T. Eric Tyler Mullins, getting set to go into one of our final segments here for this inaugural episode, ladies and gentlemen, and this is addressing the rumors within UWA. To cap off this first edition of UWA Newsflash with E.T., I'd like to address some of the major happenings and a few rumors that have been sufficing over the past few weeks. There was a rumor going around that the new mysterious messages and videos that have popped up are from Pogo, but I can confirm that they are not from him. As a matter of fact, he hasn't and is not a roster member anymore here in UWA. After FD3, I could not get a hold of him to set up a rematch for the Underground Championship, and I haven't heard from him since. So whoever is doing these mysterious videos, it's someone new, and someone that is even more dangerous than a Pogo was set to be. The second set of rumors I would like to address here are the possibilities of new tag team championships being introduced in UWA. I believe it was first heard on SportsWire Radio with Tom Bryce, but I'm going to elaborate further here with this though. Yes, there are plans potentially bringing in new UWA World Tag Team Championships. It would be a major step forward for us and our crew, and if it comes to fruition, this could be a big-time opportunity for many roster members. The final rumor to address here is that we have a big name coming in to UWA very soon. I cannot reveal who it is at this time, but there have been links to this person anonymously and this talent, and we are asking and very close to making a deal. Who is it? Well, like I said earlier, I can't say who that is at this point. Everyone will just have to wait and find out and see who that is moving forward here over the next little bit. Back to wrap things up here on the inaugural episode of UWA NewsFlash with ET Eric Tom Owens, coming up right after this, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned.